Hello and welcome back. Today I want to show you all my Cernos Prime build, which I've been using a lot recently. Cernos is one of my favorite weapons. It's very nostalgic for me. It's one of the first Prime weapons I ever got. And I think if any weapon were to get an Incarnon, I think it really should be the Cernos. It's so iconic. I mean, there's a lot of versions of it. I don't think the Proboscis Cernos should really get the Incarnon, but I mean the Rakta, the regular one, even the Cernos Prime. And one thing I love about this came from a time from when Prime weapons were unique and they all had, well, they didn't all have, but a lot of them had traits like the Piranha Prime. This has, you can alternate fire modes between a vertical and a horizontal multi-shot pattern. I do have a Riven for this build with crit chance, multi-shot, and cold, which allows me to do like a cold corrosive build, and then I also have a viral build. I like running this corrosive build with galvanized chamber, critical delay, high voltage, vital sense, prime shred, hunter munitions, malignant force, and then my Riven. Also terminal velocity in the Exilus slot here. As for arcane, I like primary merciless just because I'm not always getting headshots and it's a lot more comfy to use. Another option for the corrosive cold is primary frostbite. I just don't have mine max ranked, so I'm going to use primary merciless. And the reason I like the corrosive version is because I'll use it with Garuda with Nourish, and she kind of just destroys everything with corrosive and viral on it. Also, you don't really want to use internal bleeding because, as far as I know, it's not forced impact, although it is the highest weighting of IPS. It's not forced impact, and through my testing, it didn't really give more slashes than hunter munitions, so this is just fine for it. If you don't have a Riven, I would recommend putting rhyme rounds for the corrosive cold one, and then for the viral one, probably just rhyme rounds there also, and that would get you a bit more status, and then a bit less cold, but it shouldn't really matter. Even without the Riven, you're still going to be over 100% crit chance. So yeah, the Garuda build is pretty standard. It doesn't work that well because this is kind of a shield gating build, but without any shield gating mods, so you run out of shields a lot. To kind of counteract that, I'm also using a Nautilus with Quarton, Manifold Bond, and then also Guardian to kind of get some of that shield gating back. If you can figure out a place to put on catalyzing shields or more tank mods on this, there are easier Garuda builds, or like more comfy Garuda builds to use. This is just what I use. Alright, here we are in the Simulacrum. I'm going to spawn in some heavy corrupted gunners. Alright, and the premise of this build is basically Nourish with Garuda gives you viral on the build, so you can have viral corrosive. Cordon groups everything up and has punch through, so you can kind of just wreck it. It takes a few headshots to get it going. Once it does, even these 165, you're going to be one-shotting them. And in regular missions, they're not all going to be heavy gunners, so they'll die pretty instantly. But yeah, I'll show off the viral build without Nourish, just so you can see kind of what that looks like. If you don't want to run Nourish or don't have it, this is what you can do without it. This one also works. It just takes a bit longer, and a lot of the times the slash will kill them. I'll spawn them in again so we can get a real test going. This one works also if you just press Garuda's 4. This one works a lot better to get more slash. So yeah, that's just about it. Thank you all for watching. If you have any suggestions for the build, please let me know. And stay tuned for more.